challenger to the throne. It's week 2. Some vying for perfection, while others seek redemption. Paul Pabst and his losers, allergic to buckets in week 1. Try to keep up with the league's top scorer, McLovin, and his against the Grainers. In game 2, Seton's young and athletic Big Faller brand meet the suffocating defense of one Todd Fritz and the Crush. This is the American Unathletic Association of America.
It's week 2 in the AUAA as we welcome you to the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse in Milford, Connecticut. As the teams are warming up, we're almost ready for game 1 of the afternoon. Team Crush taking on the Big Faller brand. Crush with an opportunity to go 2-0 to start the season. On the other side, Big Faller brand a must-win if they want to get out of the cellar of the AUAA. And then game 2, the losers, Paul Pabst, looking to rebound off of a tough offensive game. They'll take on against the Grainers, who looked awfully strong in their win against the Big Faller brand last week. And with that, welcome you once again to the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse. I'm Dan Gardella, as really another great's not the word to use, but another week of basketball here at the Fieldhouse, as Todd Fritz and the Crush taking on the Big Faller brand. It's no question that Todd Fritz is the owner of the hook shot around these parts. However, in game 1, he may have a little bit of competition.
Webster's dictionary defines the hook shot as a one-handed shot in which a player extends one arm out to the side and over the head towards the basket. The Dan Patrick Show defines the hook shot as Todd Fritz. But there's a new challenger to the throne. This is a battle of the hookers. This is the AUAA.
You may want to look out for the Seton O'Connor hook shot. That's right, as we may see it broken out a couple times in this game. We're going to refresh you on the rules, however, as there is just one new rule. Last week we saw a little bit of stalling, so there's only one way to fix that. They add a 24-second shot clock along with the regular other rules, 7-minute halves, scoring 2s and 3s, call your own fouls, walls are out of bounds, and once again, if the game somehow goes into overtime, the Kansas City Chiefs rule will decide the game. As the horn sounds, we're ready for week 2 of the AUAA, as the Big Faller brand will start off, and we're underway. As joining me is the team captain of Against the Grainers, Andrew Perloff, as Todd Fritz starts with the ball. That's Dan Overlock taking the shot and missing, and the Big Faller brand gets their first possession of the game.
Dan, I expect a really tight matchup. I don't even know who the favorite is today in this game.
It's just closing as O'Connor takes the first jump shot, hits the side of the backboard.
Much like Kyle Lowry's shot in Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
It's Overlock again, off the mark.
Ooh.
Fight for the ball. Tyler Day getting on the ground, and it ends up in Mario Miranda's hands as the Big Faller brand regains possession.
Love the hustle.
As the pass down low and Day finishes, and that's how we get our first points of week 2.
Great teamwork. You don't see a lot of long assists in the AUAA, but that was a great pass.
So Overlock, already 0 for 2 to start. He'll work it around.
Oh, I see it coming.
Here comes the hook from the free throw line. It's off the mark. It's going to be a game of hook shots. We haven't seen it from O'Connor yet as the ball poked out of bounds.
Notice the physicality of the Tyler Dillon matchup. I think it's lack of coordination and effort combines for a very, very physical style play.
Mario running the wheel route, catches it down low, gets swarmed and can't finish, but gets his own rebound and kicks it out to a wide open O'Connor.
Yeah, there we go.
That's money from mid-range. And it's a quick 4-0 start for the Big Faller brand.
That's what they want to do. They want to Use Mario as a down low presence to clear things out for Seton on the perimeter. Very good mid-range jump shooter.
Overlock cutting toward the paint, gets double teamed, kicks it back out. Grady will pull from deep. It's off the side rim and out of bounds. Team Crush taking care of business in week 1, a 13-4 convincing victory over the losers. And the big Faller brand falling to Yor against the Grainers just a week ago as well.
Hard-fought battle, really solid team. They go 3 deep with people playing basketball. Oh my.
As Day gets around the screen, that was all set up by the Miranda screen as he wheels to the basket, and it's 6-0, 2.5 minutes in.
Now, I'm reading on Twitter that there's no way he was set on that pick, but that is not often called here.
It is call your own fouls as Overlock working at the elbow. Fritz getting to the basket. The no-look pass to Grady on the left side. It's off the mark. The rebound by Fritz. He airballs that one. An opportunity for the big Faller brand to respond as Overlock with the convincing block. Now O'Connor driving to the lane, flicks it up off the mark. As Miranda slides, he says it's their ball.
It's interesting, Dan. I'm also reading on Twitter that nobody's clearing the ball past the three-point line necessarily. But that's okay. I think as long as the intent is there, we're all good.
As long as there's an effort, we'll take it.
Oh, Seton lined up the 3. Now that is a strong move.
The pump fake off the mark, and the over-the-head pass goes to the wrong team. Ball security lacking a bit so far.
Oh, time to steal.
Hooks it away, the hook shot, an air ball, and it leads to an easy 2 for Miranda. 0 of 8 are the Crush so far to start. Taking a page out of the book of the losers in week 1. Remember, they couldn't get on the board in the first half. Overlock looks to change that, and he's unable to.
Wow. Might have called that, but it was good defense by Mario. Really tough interior defender.
You could see the play picking up a little with the shot clock. A little more encouragement to get shots off as Miranda knocks down another one. The big Faller brand are on fire to start.
Now that's a shot Mario did not take last week. It's interesting to see him take that. I think you're already seeing the impact of the shot clock on the style of play.
Already a quick 10 points. Overlock looking to get him on the board, and he does.
Yeah,
a little pump fake by Overlock gets him on the board, 10-2.
Mario ran out of energy on defense there. Anyway.
Crowd getting into it a bit as the pass goes through Day's hands and gives it back to the Crush. Miranda giving Fritz the room. Instead, he'll pass it back up to Grady, who got it poked away by Day. Strong defense by Tyler Day. Looks for an opportunity, and it gets poked out by Overlock.
Seton making the extra pass there. I might have wanted to fire that jumper up, that mid-range jumper we've been talking about.
Seton. Bounce pass down low. Beautiful look to Miranda on the right side.
Now, this is when Big Faller Band playing as a team.
12-2. Miranda 3 for 4 in the first half. As the shot by Overlock off the mark again. The #1 overall pick struggling a little bit.
Not getting good looks. He has to force it against a defense that is focused on now, different player.
As Miranda takes it to the basket once again. What a first half he's having. He's 4 of 5, 8 points. The lead's now 12 with 1:20 to go.
Are we going to have to call up Commissioner Dan Patrick and see if there's a mercy rule?
And with that, it's poked away. What is happening to the Crush as the ball is kicked out of bounds? As we near a minute to go in the first half.
I'm just so impressed with the ball movement, the execution, the teamwork.
As Miranda's pass goes perfectly to Grady on the other team, but he can't finish. Day working around the screen. Fritz picks him up, but it doesn't matter as he lays it in. There's nothing you can do with that one.
Dan, I can already see there's going to be a battle for MVP. All 3 Big Faller Band players playing very good basketball. It's going to be very interesting to see who the judges pick.
Overlock looking to stop the bleeding. He can't get it. Once again, no foul called.
Yeah.
We'd like to see a little more of that. Miranda heat check, and he shouldn't have shot that one. As the shot clock turned off, they can hold for a final shot.
You do 2 for 1 here? Yes, it looks like they do.
They will. Overlock converts. Dan Overlock, the only Crush player with points today. He's got 4 as the clock running down to 5. Miranda again off the mark. Overlock looking to take it back quickly, and he can't get it off.
Great first half.
As that closes the first half, a 16-4 lead for the Big Faller brand after 7 minutes of play. And I'll tell you, it's just a dominating performance so far by the Big Faller brand, jumping out ahead and really never looking back.
I think you saw everything you want to see out of a team. You saw cutting, you saw picks, you saw passing the ball, you saw execution, you saw guys finishing. I'm telling you, Big Faller brand making a statement today.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and boy, it was all Big Faller brand in that first half, jumping out to a 12-point lead. And it really started with the ball movement as Tyler Day getting involved, starting it early. But it was also the defense too, but just no opportunity to score. And easy buckets like that will put you in a deficit very early as ball movement, beautiful passes all around, nets the Big Faller brand a 12-point lead as we now bring in team captain of the Losers, Paul Pabst. Thanks for joining me in the second half.
Good to be here, Jimmy.
It's Danny.
Great.
All right. I mean, just what did you see from that first half as the Big Faller brand, top to bottom, they were dominant?
That's a team hitting on all the cylinders. And Tyler Day was dismissed during the draft process. Heavy smoker. He also looks at the ball when he dribbles, which isn't really attractive to the scouts, but he was doing it on both sides of the ball. And Sean O'Connor kind of getting this team involved. Smart play, first half, get all your guys involved, keep your team happy.
Mario Miranda leading the way, 8 points, 4 of 7 shooting. He's really been a spark plug for this team, looking for their first win of the year.
He caught a lot of heat, social media. A lot of the pundits out there said Mario was overrated, overweight. Not me, but other people have said it. And he made a statement so far in the first half.
What did the Crush have to do to try and stop the bleeding a little bit? You look at the numbers, just not efficient by any means.
I could speak from experience. I've been on the south end of a lot of 16-4 halftime deficits. There's not much you can do. I mean, there is a three-point line, which is great. They're going to have to rely on two-a-days, and I think the defense knows that. They're going to rely on two-a-days, so they're going to probably play some type of a triangle and 2, even though there's only 3 guys.
We'll take you back out to the court. Second half ready. 7 minutes between the game 1 being finished as we're waiting around. The Crush are going to start. We're underway in the second half. As instantly ball movement by the Crush. Overlock takes the first shot. It rims out. Overlock only 2 for 8 in that first half.
And they're going to have to live and die with him in the second half. If he gets hot, they got a chance. If not, it's over, Johnny.
It's Danny once again. Never mind. O'Connor from the elbow. The floater goes.
Yeah, O'Connor's been working on that all week. I've been noticing him staying late. Not working on the show, more working on his jumper.
And it shows there as the lead swells to 14. The spin move by Fritzy. He's going to go to the left-handed hook shot. Just a bit strong.
Odd 0 for June.
As the pass got deflected by Overlock. And Grady can't finish. It's been that kind of day so far for the Crush.
You know, the new shot clock is really going to give the Crush a chance to come back. But if they don't start playing defense inside on the scrappy Tyler Day, there's no chance.
Another basket down low. O'Connor really finding those guys down low so far.
He is leading the league in assists, and I think he's actually the only person in the league who has an assist so far.
Crush looking to respond. Overlock again. Ooh. Way too strong as the ball goes out of play.
Great rebound by the Sports Clips guy.
As he's looking a bit deflated over there still as he's getting ready.
Like the Crush's chances.
There you go. O'Connor flashing toward the middle. He'll take it on the right side.
There you go.
Gets the room and fires, but can't finish.
That's going to be a dangerous maneuver by Fritzy if he's just going to leave Seton open from 10 to 12 feet.
Overlock's going to pull from 3. It's short.
We're starting to work the shot clock.
We've really never seen the shot clock get down too much. As the pace of play picked up, as the pass got picked off by Fritz, he can't finish on the short hook.
Frustration all over the face of Todd Fritz.
0 for so far as Day gets to the basket once again. Can't finish. Miranda pulls down the offensive rebound, but he can't finish either.
That could have been the dagger.
I don't know if that one specifically would have been the dagger, as miscommunication turns it over once again.
You let me decide what the dagger is, big guy. Oh, they're booing.
Crowd's not liking it one bit.
Oh.
I wouldn't either if my team was down 16. As was that alley-oop?
Was that Grant Hill for Duke in that?
I guess he was looking for the one-handed. He was describing it to us. Nevertheless, it goes out of bounds.
Tyler Day has earned that 2-pack-a-day habit. When he gets done this game, he should have a nice thing of marble.
Overlock open on the right side. It can't go again. Crowd chanting defense.
Oh,
As Day wasn't looking for the pass, but he'll wind up with it. O'Connor now in the paint. The fader over Fritz is a bit short.
yeah, but they're playing well on defense. They're not really giving up any runs.
The driving kick. Fritz. The hook. Looked like he got hit a little bit, but he's not going to call it. Doesn't hit the rim, and Miranda puts it in.
Fritzy, too polite to call a foul on anybody.
22-4 with 3:43 to go.
I had the ball given a point and a half, so I've already collected my check.
Overlock sets up 4-3. No good.
Oh,
And Grady jump in the passing lane. Gets
still playing D at this late in the game. You got to like that out of Grady.
got to take the little victories in a game like this as Day misses off the right side. Overlock. The pass down low to Grady. Great look, and he lays it in.
They could have used that earlier. What I love about this league, though, is after 1 week, the commissioner, Dan Patrick, who's done a great work so far, decides we're putting the shot clock. He doesn't wait for the competition committee. He puts it in.
Taking the initiative as the ball gets poked away. Day finds Miranda, and he lays it in again. Mario Miranda having himself a game. He's outscoring the Crush.
He could be the AUAA comeback player of the week, if that is a thing.
As the initial pass got poked away. 2:35 left in the game. Overlock 4-3. That's good. First shot goes down from deep for Dan Overlock.
I don't think Big Fallerbrand is in danger, but they're kind of sagging off Overlock, and they got to be careful because he can hit from the three-point line.
O'Connor looking for somebody.
5 seconds.
Finds Miranda. Fritz still letting him shoot, so he's going to do so. And he misses. As Miranda fights for it as he crashes into the scores table. That's hustle.
Old-time hockey. Eddie Shore.
But it goes out of bounds. Those are the kind of plays you like to see when you're up by 15. Lots of hustle still.
Yeah, it says like, hey, we're not done yet. We still have a lot left in the tank. Here comes Todd with the hook.
Fritz going to his left hand. He's going to it one more time. Draws air, and Miranda finishes on the look down low.
I think Todd has 4 assists for the other team so far.
A couple of air balls to go with it. Grady for 3 off the mark. And we may see the Big Fallerbrand start to slow it up a bit with their lead at 17. Instead, Miranda drives in and turns it over.
Dylan's still hustling for the Crush.
Grady, foot was on the line. That's a 2, but it doesn't matter because it's off the mark.
Great eye by you.
Ooh. As the bullet pass gets picked off, and Fritz still can't finish. Todd Fritz still has not made a basket in 2 weeks in the AUAA.
You don't have to trumpet it. He's a nice guy otherwise.
Miranda can't finish on the air ball.
A minute left, 26-9. I'm going to go Sharpie on this one.
Ooh. As Overlock's 3 hits the ceiling.
Off the I-beam.
Miranda looking for Day. He finds him and he lays it in. It's in the Mario Miranda Tyler Day game. 28-9. This is by far our highest scoring game.
League history.
People are going to remember where they were for this one.
No doubt.
Fritz driving again. Another off the side of the backboard shot. Overlock with another 3. It goes down. I believe Dan Overlock has all their points. Miranda looking for one more point. He misses. Day with the offensive rebound on the weak side. He misses.
Big Fallerbrand not stepping off the gas. They're still trying to put up 40.
Fritz with another miss. And this may do it.
Wow. The fans are already heading to their cars, Jimmy.
I'm not even going to bother anymore. As Big Fallerbrand still working it around, but I think that's going to do it here. As Overlock's 3, it goes down. Are they going to count it? I think they're going to wave it off.
After the buzzer, unfortunately for his stat line.
As a commanding 28-12 victory over the Crush, now improved to 1-1. A much-needed win for the Big Fallerbrand. As we're going to take a look at some of the MVP performance
Wow.
It's going to go to Mario. He had a great game as the AUAA is proudly sponsored by Sport Clips, but only in these 5 locations: Milford, Fairfield, Shelton, Branford, and Norwalk, Connecticut. Visit any one of these 5 Sports Clips for the ultimate MVP haircut experience.
Was a great job by Miranda. He's going to be our player of the game. He'll join you now.
As we take a look at some of the highlights, as Mario Miranda, our MVP, joining us now, and you're coming in, you're 0-1. You need a good performance to go to 1-1. Give yourself a chance to finish at the top of the league. You turned in a hell of a game. What was going through your mind during that?
It was a lot today because we had a lot of pressure. I felt like we didn't win this game. We put ourselves in a deep hole, but I give a lot of credit to my teammates. They set me up. I was just, making use of what they were doing for me.
Well, that early start, I believe it was 16-4, 16-2. What were you able to do so well early on that really made you just put their foot on their neck?
Well, I don't want to tell you all our secrets because we're going to continue doing what we were doing, but we're moving the ball, we're moving around, we're playing defense. Pretty much that's our key to success right now.
How do you take a big win like this and take it into the final week of the regular season, hoping to go 2-1?
We're hoping to just keep scoring points. As simple as that sounds. We put up, 28 points today?
31.
31. That's a record, right?
It is a record. Through 3 games, I can confirm it is a record. But Mario Miranda, our Sports Clips MVP, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for taking me first, Todd.
As that wraps up game 1, we take a look at the final stats, and you take a look there, Mario Miranda and Tyler Day combining to really just have an all-out performance. Miranda, 14 points on an efficient 7 of 14. Seeing O'Connor really moving the ball, but for the Crush on the other side, just a really tough game for Todd Fritz. Starts the season 0-8, turns in another 0-9 performance. He's 0 of 17 to start the year. Two-a-days, 4 of 16. They're going to look to finish above 500 as they go into their final week of the regular season. That wraps up game 1 in week 2 of the AUAA. Our game coming up, it's against the Grainers and the Losers. But first, we'll throw you to a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dan Patrick, semi-well-known sort of radio host. Every year at this time, I get the same question. Hey, Dan, I'd like to watch more March Madness, but I can't because the kids won't go to sleep. Well, I have something for you. It's the Swisher. Just tap little Danny on the head to activate the soothing sounds of the Swisher. Within seconds, your little angel will be in a Swisher slumber. Night-night, the Swisher. Swishalicious.
Thanks, Dan Patrick. Now I don't have to try so hard as a father.
It worked for them, and it can work for you. It's the Swisher, where you always have the home court advantage. This product is not scientifically proven to make your child go to sleep. Could you take Drake?
And what, basketball?
Yeah.
Yes, Drake doesn't have an athletic bone in his body.
But he's there front row all the time.
Yeah, Drake's there front row, but he's not the same. Drake doesn't have Kevin Hart antics. I'm different.
Could you take Justin Bieber?
Yes. Does Dan not know that I'm a 4-time celebrity game MVP?
For more interviews, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
Hey, here we go. Getting closer to him. Okay. Catcher stance. Okay. That's true. We went to a...
Are you sure we're not in a suite? I'm like, I'm sure. Look at this. Look at it says section row C right here. Boom! Hey!
That's how it's done.
I'm gonna do like hard and dog.
Don't do it.
I still got it.
For more interviews, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
Could you take down Shaq now?
Come on, man. You ever seen a guy fight? Shaq can't fight a lick. I hit him in that big old gut.
I have the voice of a true man.
You sound like Demi Moore.
That's a good one.
What kind of game does your dad? Because I kind of wanted to D him up a little bit.
Let me tell you, that mid-range is true.
Okay.
It's true.
But my jumper is wet. Yeah. It's must-see TV.
Switch with a clear pass, still can't get it to go. Perloff wide open, but he's got it. Goes to the layup and misses. The flip, and it goes. I would say a lot of great basketball, but a lot of great laughs for sure.
Never miss any of the action with the Dan Patrick Show app. Plus, go to the DP store for all your official AUAA team gear.
I hear you're a big Sandler fan.
Huge Sandler.
Okay. He loves the Knicks. How about a one-day contract for Adam Sandler?
I think that we can get a lot of people behind that.
Or put him in the layup line.
That would go big.
Are you allowed to do that?
I don't think putting him in the game would be safe for him.
Well, how about preseason?
Well, maybe a little layup line action with Adam Sandler.
Ooh.
How great would that be?
For more interviews, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
Welcome you back to the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse as Game 2 between Against the Grainers and the Losers are set to go to close out Week 2 of 3 weeks in the regular season. Dan Gardella joined by the team captain of the Big Faller brand coming off his commanding victory over the Crush. It's Seton O'Connor. As this game really, it's going to ride on McLovin for Against the Grainers, who are going to look to go 2-0.
Yeah, you want to follow McLovin's hot hand. If he gets off to a quick start, I think the Losers might be in trouble. Grainer's incredibly physical team. As for the Losers, I think you're looking really at the heart and competitive spirit of one Paul Pabst. He's a pretty competitive fella, and I know he wants to do well out there.
Well, we talk about another player on the Losers, Brendan Pike, as last week he had a shot around the world. And it wasn't a basketball shot. It was a different kind of shot, as he sat down with me in our first ever Tuesday Conversation.
Brendan Pike was selected by the Losers with the second to last pick of the 2019 AUAA draft. The scouting report on this guy was hard-nosed defensive stopper. And in week 1, the impact was immediately felt on D's nuts. Pike reflects on the incident with our very own Dan Gardella in our first ever Tuesday Conversation.
Another pump fake. Left it short as Pike got hit. I believe in the nether region.
Right there. That's where it happened.
Joined by Brendan Pike of Team Losers. Let's set the scene in Game 1 of the season. Dan Overlock's driving in the paint. Take us through that moment. What happened there?
I realized Two's driving through, and I went up to try to stop him and reached up to the heavens and took one in the nuts. Should we say nuts? Are we allowed to say nuts?
Can we say nuts?
Can we say nuts?
I think we can say nuts.
Yeah.
You're feeling the pain. What's running through your mind at that time?
Cameras. counting cameras that were on me.
Is there going to be any grudge held to Dan after this little incident?
I would think so, whether it's intentional or it's subconscious. I'm going to try to bury it, but there's probably a vengeance there, either off the court or on.
At one point in the game, ball was going out of bounds. You elected for some reason to throw your body at the ball, unsuccessfully save it. Why are you going all out like that?
I have zero talent, clearly.
Oh, you extra pass to Pike. He can't finish.
All I have is the spirit and the hustle that I put into the game.
When you initially went down, it didn't seem like any of your teammates, including your team captain, Paul Pabst, he was referring to the camera as to where you got hit rather than helping you up. Is that going to affect the team chemistry at any point?
I'm hoping to some degree we find team chemistry. Maybe this will be a beacon. Hey, we got to get it together. We got to be there for each other.
After this incident, will you be wearing a cup?
I think I'm going to wear a headband.
You know, headbands don't protect the nether region, as it was said.
That's correct. Part of the problem was I had adjusted my hair right before I went in. I'm thinking if I have a headband on, maybe I'll have my head a little bit more in the game.
Brendan, thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
As you take a look at Brendan there, it's hard to miss the headband, but I really hope he knows that it doesn't protect the nether region.
It doesn't protect the nether region. One other adjustment I've noticed he's made, he's going with a tucked-in shirt this week as opposed to last. Let's see if that pays off for him.
As the horn sounds, we're ready to go. As Game 2, Week 2 is underway as McLovin takes the first shot. It's off the mark. He runs down his own rebound and gets it to Eric Jones, who loses it.
A little early miscommunication here from the Grainers. They're going to correct that.
As the Losers, who only put up 4 points in last week's loss to the Crush, will look to get on the board first. As Marvin Prince, with the height advantage over Alan Guzzi, he's going to pull it back out.
Losers are going to need a lot more from Prince here if they got any chance against this Grainer squad.
Did not shoot particularly well, but drives in and gets his first shot to go. And I believe for the first time in their AUAA history, the Losers have a lead. McLovin credited his teammates for the win last week as Alan Guzzi and Eric Jones really played some great basketball supporting his high-volume shooting. As the shot clock goes off and we have our first shot clock violation. The crowd didn't like it, but them's the rules. It's the new rule this week.
Yeah, wow. Unfortunate to see that rear its ugly head here so early in the game.
So against the Grainers, 2 quick turnovers as he's fighting for position.
Pabst posting up Guzzi.
The fake pass finds Pike. He can't finish. But Prince gets the rebound. Going against McLovin. The fader rims out.
Oh, yeah, Pearl wants this all day.
He's going to take it and draws air as Pabst lets it go out. As McLovin's telling us something's wrong.
He wants the ball changed. A good carpenter never blames his tools, as a wise man once said.
As Pike airballs it. As there's some miscommunication. Play stopped right now. It's only 2-0. As Pike.
Strong cut from Pike there.
Dribbling it around. He's got the big German on him.
Picks up his dribble a little early.
Now Prince with McLovin. Gets it down low to Pabst, but had it poked away by the IT chef.
Pabst going with the height advantage over Guzzi, but he's got a lot of low center of gravity there.
Oh, good no-look pass to Prince, but he pulls it out wisely. They're taking their time, unlike the first game where it was guns a-blazing. Pabst thought about the shot, passes it to Pike, got Jones to jump in the air, gets around him, picks up his dribble, fires, and can't finish. And McLovin finishes. That is the rule. Doesn't hit the rim, you can put it back up. So the score 2-2. 3 minutes into this one.
Seems like both teams struggling to find a rhythm here. I'm not sure if the Losers are running any type of offense whatsoever. But so far, 2-2.
As Pike giving it to Pabst. Lots of stoppages in this game. Not good for the pace of play. As Pike will get it to Pabst. with 15 to shoot. Tried to find Prince. It got taken away by McLovin. He got hacked, but Jones finishes on the offensive rebound.
Is there a early whistle there, I think?
They did call the foul. Took 2 off when McLovin was driving in, so they'll get another chance. Picks up his dribble.
Stifling defense for Prince.
That's the matchup, Prince and McLovin so far. 10 seconds to shoot. Perloff will hand it off to Guzzi. He's going to fire off the front rim. Jones fights for the offensive rebound, and he got hacked as he's going to call a foul.
Interesting. Instead of going back up with it, reset the offense there. Dare Mountain, as they call him. He is a mass of humanity down there in the paint.
Jones puts it up. It hits off the backboard.
There he goes.
And Pike fighting for the loose ball. He's not going to throw his body at this one, but it goes out of bounds.
Pike doesn't seem to be having any ghosts from last week. He's out there. He's hustling. The groin shot doesn't seem to be playing a role here.
Against the Grainers, 1 of 5 to start. Looking for some steady offense. Perloff finds Jones, and he's got he's got all 4 points so far.
I cannot stress to you how strong Eric Jones is, and just how difficult it is to body up that fella down there.
As Pike misses on the ensuing possession, Perloff gets the jump in there. Is that the Steph Curry, the James Harden? I don't know what we want to call it, but it's going to go back to against the Grainers.
Just under 2 minutes left in the game here. I got to tell you, this isn't the way I saw this one playing out so far.
Perloff can't hit the jumper. Instead, he runs down his own rebound. The give and go. McLovin gets past him. Jones setting a screen, but got swatted from behind by Prince.
I think they're calling that one.
They're going to call it again. Against the Grainers, calling a lot of fouls here.
There might be more fouls than points in this game so
I believe
far.
You may be right.
That's the style, that's the brand of basketball they play, though. The Grainers are a scrappy bunch, but not afraid to blow the whistle.
Perloff working on Pike. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Sort of a double pick there for Perloff.
Jones goes in and got swatted. It went out of play. The shot clock's still running. They reset it, although it never hit the rim.
Well, we're all learning the rules here on the fly. That's the good thing about the AUAA.
Very flexible with the rules. As we're under a minute to go, Perloff drives in. Good defense by Pike. And we get another foul call?
Did we just get another foul call? Wow.
We are getting another foul call.
That's...
Against the Grainers, really playing strict fouls here as McLovin converts. You think that they do that to throw off their tempo?
This might be more of a little gamesmanship being played here, more of a mental game than an offensive game here by the Grainers.
Half a minute to go. Against the Grainers, extend the lead to 4. Marvin Prince looking to get something going. He gets the screen. Got the smaller Guzzi on him. Pike got position but couldn't finish. McLovin left wide open from the left elbow. That's money.
Buckets, that's what they call them.
And Eric Jones with a spark of energy, as with only 2 seconds to go, that's going to be the end of the first half. 8-2 against the Grainers, leading after 7 minutes of play. And I'll tell you, talk about a difference of 2 games so far through the first halves. First game, guns a-blazing, buckets going. This game, a little more slowly paced. A lot of foul calls, too.
You know, you hear athletes often, they want to play earlier in the day rather than later. And I think maybe time playing a factor here. You know, time of day. Maybe tough to get the energy up for the first half.
We take a look at the first half highlights from this one, as really a slow-paced game. But at one point, the Losers had a lead.
They did. If I'm not mistaken, they made history today with their first ever lead.
First ever lead in 2 weeks.
It's an important milestone for a young ball club to hit.
But since then, it was all against the Grainers, as McLovin wasn't strong, but he found his teammates who got involved. Eric Jones being a big boost in that first half.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Grainers to come back with that triangle and 2 that they're known for, with Jones being a triangle. And Paul Pap's a great strategist. I expect him to make some significant adjustments here.
McLovin, 6 points in that first half. Paul Papps hasn't taken a shot in that first half. Would you like to see him get going a little bit more?
I would. I've seen Paul made some nice cuts to the hoop, going baseline a little bit. I want to see him take that ball up strong, sort of out-muscle Guzzi. I think he's got it.
Marvin Prince only 2 shots as well. Lots of turnovers for the Losers in that first half, as well as a lot of fouls called against them.
Yeah.
How are they going to adjust as this second half goes on?
Well, you have to play your brand of basketball. They need way more out of Prince, the second pick overall. So far, he's got to show up.
As the team's back on the court, waiting for the halftime horn to sound. Brendan Pike so far looking great. No nut shots today, looking strong. He's got the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
It's a good first half for him so far. As they will start with the ball.
I'm going to hand this off to my partner here, Todd Fritz.
Thank you for joining me on the first half broadcast.
Great job, buddy.
As Todd Fritz, team captain of the Crush, joining me as the Losers start with possession of the first half. In the second half, I should say. What did you see in that first half?
I want to see Paulie get more involved. I didn't see as much goon behavior as I was expecting from the first game with the Grainers. But I will say, and this is taking a shot from a team that just lost 31-12, that the Losers seem more concerned about their footwear than the actual playing of the game. I see a lot of bright greens and yellows. So if they spend more time playing and not going to an athlete's foot, I think they'll be all right.
And this coming from a guy whose uniform is fluorescent
Very
orange.
bright orange, yes.
As
not one to talk.
Prince going in the paint. He'll fire and miss off of the mark. As McLovin will take the ball. 6 points in that first half. He drives in the floater off the backboard. Did he call bank on that one?
I don't think he called bank, but he is having a hell of a game. McLovin, very difficult to stop.
10-2 the score. The Losers, through 3 halves so far, failed to get any offense. As Pike misses from in close. As Guzzi, the pass went to Jones, but eventually found McLovin. He fires off the mark. Losers slowing the pace. Pace has picked up with the 24-second shot clock. We even have had a shot clock violation so far as Prince fades and can't finish.
Oh, he wants it.
Lovin picks up his dribble, finds Guzzi. He puts it up,
nice.
And it rims in. Alan Guzzi on the board.
The muscle-bound chef and IT guy puts up 2.
Only player with no sleeves on his jerseys. As the lead now moves to 10. The backdoor cut by Pike, he still can't finish. I believe Eric Jones shouted in his ear, got in the way, as the steal, or almost steal by Prince, goes out of play.
I think the Losers have been outscored 25-6 so far this season.
You are right, 25-6. 4 points in that first game, and now Swiss cheese defense as McLovin gets to the basket.
Rolling out the red carpet for him.
14-2. This game has gotten out of control for the Losers. Paps, the give and go. Pike flips it up. No good. McLovin finishes off the air ball.
This is not going well.
Crowd loving it, but the Losers not having an enjoyable time so far. 4 minutes to go in this one. Paps finds Pike down low. It got bobbled and went out of play as Pike slams the ball. Some frustration building.
Could have called a technical on that one.
McLovin against Paps. Tried to go with the wraparound steal. Finds Jones wide open down low. He can't finish. And Prince getting the rebound. Did they call another foul? They did. A lot of fouls called against the Losers in that first half, taking them out of their rhythm a little bit. McLovin gives it to Jones. It got tipped away and winds up in Pike's hands. Prince trying to work on McLovin. As the drive, good help. As he'll fade with 5 on the shot clock. It doesn't hit the rim and it goes back out to the Grainers as the pass to McLovin on the left side off the mark.
Usually makes that.
Under 3 minutes to go, the lead still 14. Prince 1 of 5. The good ball movement finds Pike wide open. He still can't finish.
Gotta hit that.
Frustrating game so far for Brendan Pike. As Guzzi Get in the room. He'll fire and banks it in. Alan Guzzi, 4 points in the second half.
No sleeves, no problem. Guzzi for another 2.
18-2. Paul Pap still has not attempted a shot so far in this game. Coming a little bit too passive. But he's getting positioned down low. But Prince says, no, I got this, and he still can't finish. As that one, just bad luck, but Pike gets the steal. The kick out. Will Paps take his first shot? He does, but it's off the mark. Losers 0 of 9 in the second half as McLovin connects from the free throw line.
He could do that all day, and it's 20-2.
20-2, an 18-point lead, under 2 minutes to go. Crowd chanting defense. Guzzi doesn't have the height advantage, but the help defense by McLovin. Now under 10 seconds on the shot clock. The drive-in got absolutely eaten up as McLovin gets the rebound.
What a block.
I think we're gonna have a jump ball.
Clock continues to tick.
It's gonna go to against the Grainers as Jones lets us know he's fine. Moving the fingers. McLovin, the one dribble stop, gives it to Guzzi. Took a few seconds to fire, but he draws air.
A little bit of a shot put kind of release by Guzzi.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Guzzi finds McLovin. He looks up at the shot clock, drives in, hits the side of the backboard. As Prince wide open on the left side, it rims out. Still struggling. Guzzi has the clear path, got met by 2 defenders. The extra pass to Jones, he left it short.
Gets his own rebound.
As he gets his own rebound and gets slammed by Guzzi. As the
underneath.
extra pass and Jones finishes. As Guzzi favoring his back a little bit.
The big man adds another 2, and this is a 20-point contest.
20-point contest as time continues to tick down. Shot clock is off. Pike fires and banks it in. 2 points for the French kid. It matches their highest scoring output of the season as McLovin drives and got hit on the hand.
Definite foul there.
But that's going to do it as against the Grainers improve to 2-0 with a 22-4 victory over the Losers to improve to 2-0 and remain unbeaten through 2 weeks of the AUAA.
That's 35-8 through the first 2 games for the winless Losers.
The Losers really struggling so far through these first few weeks, but on the other side, against the Grainers, really clicking, and it's led by their team captain and MVP, Andrew Perloff, as we're going to take some highlights as he joins me at the table. Really just in command from the get-go. After the Losers took a 2-0 lead, it was all against the Grainers after that. This flip shot.
Pure luck.
Pure luck, okay.
Oh, I should have missed that by 8 feet.
But then after that, you're getting your teammates involved, Guzzi, and then even Eric Jones putting some points together to really help you guys put away the Losers fairly early in this one, and then just a wide open, easy layup on the right side as our Sports Clips Haircuts MVP going to Andrew Perloff.
Yeah.
Second week in a row, another strong performance. You guys are 2-0. What's the mindset going like right now?
Well, I had a tough shooting day, but teamwork carried the day. Eric Jones takes up a lot of space in the middle. I thought he rolled to the basket hard. Allen, just a great all-around game. Solid defense, solid rebounding. You know, there's been a lot of statements made today. We saw what Big Faller Brand did today earlier. We need to step up our game. Did we cheat? Yeah, maybe.
You may have cheated?
There were some picks that might have moved.
There were a lot of fouls called, I will say that. I mean, was that just a matter of them being over-aggressive, or were we trying to get in their head or some sort of...
No, they called a lot of those fouls on themselves because they were so obvious.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's a physical game, and I call it as if I'm on a normal playground. This is the AUAA is probably a little tougher. I come in from softer leagues, so it's like someone going from the ABA to the NBA. I got to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, and in the defense there, 1 of 7. Paul Pap's only 1 shot. Were you surprised to see him just be so passive on the offensive end?
Well, you know, our defense was all gravitating towards Paulie. We said if Paulie does not get a shot off, we will win this game. We also said if Paulie does get a shot off, we will win this game. So it didn't matter.
You take on Team Crush to finish out the regular season. You've seen 2 games from them. What are you going to do to prepare for them?
We're just going to look at tape of Todd with the hook shot. I mean, it is an unstoppable weapon. When he looks down at that spot right above the foul line, that means it's coming, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Andrew Perloff, our second game is your teammates already getting a good rollout stretching.
Yeah.
You guys are already getting ready for next week, I guess.
Yeah, we're focused. This is a 5-game tournament. People said like the regular season doesn't matter. No, seeding is everything. Home court is everything. We are going to give 100% every week.
Andrew Perloff, our MVP, thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week as that wraps up week 2 of the AUAA as we take a look at next week's games next Tuesday at 12:30. The Crush take on against the Grainers, followed by the Losers and the Big Faller brand. The Losers looking to pick up that elusive first win in the AUAA, while against the Grainers look to finish the regular season a perfect 3-0. We thank you once again for tuning in for week 2. We're back next Tuesday, 12:30. You know where to find us. Come back and see if the Losers can pick up their first win and if against the Grainers can finish the season unbeaten. Until then, I'm Dan Gardella.